Hello everybody and welcome to Race 2 of the 2024 OVKA karting season out at G&J Kartway in Camden, Ohio. Race 2 is another P-Pick format. We are running configuration 1C, which is for the big track probably the fastest configuration. Well, it is the fastest configuration. So again, it was P-Pick. So I missed heat 1. I apologize for that. I started that heat in 3rd. Finished it in 5th, so I lost 2 positions. I'm starting the second heat in position 7. So we are coming down to the start. I'm not, on the number 5's bumper. Wasn't really hanging back too hard either, but I did have a little room to the right of me. I was able to swing out and then get a good clean run up through here. I'd run over the rumble strips there, but not a big deal. And I was able to get into 6th place by the end of turn 1. A little bit of rubbing up in the front. I think the 20 and the 89 might have touched wheels just a little bit, but everybody kept it together. And we're, everybody's lined up right now, and, we're cooking. So the 86, you've seen him in a lot of my videos. He's around me a lot in these races. As I mentioned in the first video, most of us are within a few tenths of each other on any given day. Some of us a little faster, some of us a little slower, just depending on how things are that day, but for the most part, we're all relatively close. So these are generally pretty close races. Not a lot of room for error because your competitors will capitalize and they will, pass you right on up and put some distance on you. So I'm driving around in 6th, still trying to keep with the 86. As I mentioned in my first video, from race 1, I don't really have any practice out there, so this is my second time out for the season. I did get warmed up pretty good in the first race, and I'm feeling pretty good on this one right here. I think I might have made some gearing changes, but I don't remember 100% since I'm doing this video about a month and a half after the race. But there's not going to be a lot of, I think, position changing going on in this race, but everybody does stay relatively close, so you can see a lot of the competitors. The 86 and I are going to slowly start reeling in the 89, and I'm pretty sure as we approach the 86 is going to get past the 89. This is the 89's first race of the season. He missed the actual race 1, so race 2 is his first, and he's getting warm. He's getting acclimated to the harder compound on the tires. You can see he was expecting a little more grip on that last corner there and got her in a little 4-wheel slide, but again he reeled it back in and did not lose a position, although the 86 is going to make his move right now and duck under. 89 gives him plenty of room and ducks in behind him. I'm going to give the 89 credit for the absolute brightest helmet on the track today. But he's got pretty good straightaway speed, and he pulls out on me, and the two of them are up in front of me. Again, in the first heat, I mentioned it. I don't have a video of it. I forgot to hit my record button, which does happen every now and then. But I did lose a few positions and ended up finishing 5th. But the 89 is hanging tough on the 86 now. He's not pulling away like he does on occasion. The front 3 have a little separation. Actually, I forgot. I missed it. But if you go back a little bit, if you want to hit the rewind, the 318, I think, coming around one of the corners, just for some reason, I don't know if he caught too much, caught a lot more grip on his outside than he thought he was, but he just shot off the track. I'm pretty sure he got back on the track. He didn't have any damage to his cart or anything like that, but it didn't. He went off right back over there. But that puts him towards the end when he actually was, one of the faster karts. He was doing, I think he was in 3rd place when he went off track. But I think this was only a 6-lap race. And then after this one, we're going to go to the final. I'll do a little spoiler alert here as we set up for the final. I do finish, I think I'm in 5th place right now because the 318 did go off track. So I will end up starting, and I tried to make a move right there, as you can see. Ended up straddling that curb back there, but really it didn't upset the cart too much. I almost get alongside here. I debate, I'm not going to do it. Maybe later in the season I'll do it, but not this early in the season. I wasn't going to try to take the inside on that last corner. And the 89 is still able to hold me off. But as I was talking, I do end up starting the final in position 3, which I guess enough of the folks that finished in front of me in the other heats either had one bad heat and one good heat, and their overall point total, put them further back in the lineup. Because I believe the 89 starts right next to me. The two of us just have some, two kind of mediocre heats, but it was good enough to put me in position 3, and I think the 89 is in position 4. He's right next to me. So this one's about to wrap up. I think we got maybe one more lap to go. Yeah, one more lap to go. But so far, I am liking the track at, during this event right here. So I'm starting to get the hang of it. It is really nice and smooth. Some of those dips, some of the places that used to really jar you, or cause you some concern that you might, sometimes your rear sprockets are somewhat close to the concrete and close to the asphalt. You don't want to hit them, and a lot of that apprehension is gone with the smooth track surface. But I'm going to try to get a run up on the 89 right here. He is slowly getting a little more used to this. I think this is only his second, full speed race. We had a few practices that day, and so he's he's adapting quickly. So we're going to jump right into the final. As I mentioned, I can't come out in position 3. I believe the 89 is right next to me in position 4. Got the 16 and the 86, 2 karts you've seen in many of my other videos. 16, again, he's a pretty fast guy. He'll go out and compete in some of the Cup Kart events and do well in those. And the 86, he's got about a zillion laps on this track, and he's always strong. The 16, he'll bring us down nice and slow, if I remember correctly. This isn't his first rodeo starting on the pole. And I'm going to stay pretty close to him coming around this first corner. But as you can see, we are creeping. Got my spotter up in the stands back there. You probably could have seen her. But here we go. I have pulled up, and I'm going to exit turn 1 enough in front of the 86 that, although I still don't go all the way across, just in case he's back there a little bit, I am able to clear him coming up through here. And I'm in second place. Now the 86, he's going to make short work of this first lap. He really got a strong first lap in, and my first lap was not that strong. It's actually a little bit wild. One of the things that people are kind of struggling with, or at least trying to determine, is what pressure we should be running these Hoosier R70s at. I think R70B, I don't remember what the letter is, but and what we're finding in a lot of this, I'm not going to divulge all my secrets, although people probably already know this, not really a secret, but we are running pretty high pressures compared to where I have run in the past on a Hoosier tire. Now the 86, he's strong on the straights. He got under me nice and clean right there. I saw him creeping up on me. I gave him enough room. I didn't come over on him or try to pinch him into the curbing or anything like that. He got next to me, and his kart was faster, so I let him, he went under. And I fall in line. I believe that we have I think it's the 714, the Boganator, is going to be probably close to or right behind me. It's possible that the 20 might be right back there. I don't know. But I'm doing my best to stick with the 86. I'm noticing that I am able to pull up hard on him at the end of these long straightaways. So if I get a good, entry into the straightaway or exit from whatever turn is leading into the straightaway, I could potentially run him down at the end of the straightaway. Like right here, I get up on him pretty good and give him a nice little bump, nothing too egregious. He goes through nice and smooth. I swoop around a little bit. Some of the time I'm trying not to use my brake or come off the gas, and I would just kind of, arc it out a little bit so that I add distance to my laps so I don't have to get off the gas and I can try to keep my momentum. So again, this lap I'm staying close. I think about it there, but nah, it's not going to happen. That would have been a dumb move to try to stuff it under there, so I pull back in line. I need to be careful that I don't let whoever's behind me get under me while I'm trying to make a move, and then I am, basically or essentially, screwed. So I'm pretty close to the 86. I don't know if I'm going to get a good run on him on this lap. I think it's going to be the next lap. And I don't have it in here right now, but I may try to add in some video from the stands for the last few laps of this race, or some of the key points from this race. I'll stick it down in the corner. And again, now I do believe it's the, I can't remember the Boganator's number. I think it's the 714. He's right behind me. And if he's not behind me, you'll see in the added video that I'll put in. But right now, my plan to get a good run on the 86 is looking halfway decent right now. I'm going to get a good run around that corner. I'm not even sure I lifted. And I'm closing. I'm able to swing out quick right there, not even to the finish line, so I'm next to him. Again, he gives me room. Now, I do run up on the curb a little right there and shoots me out, but still, he was not really next to me at that point, so I didn't run into him. And I'm going to finish out this lap right here. There's no position change on this lap, and then after this lap, there's not going to be really anything going on, and then I'll show the last 2 laps. So we are getting close to shooting that. And a lot of times on this lap, you're going to notice I'm going to try to eliminate distance out of these laps. So when we are in that back section, I will try to take it tight instead of, running out to the edges and trying to build my momentum. I'm counting on my kart to be somewhat free and have enough power to be able to capitalize on, having less distance. So we just passed the 2 to go flags, and I'm still holding on to the second place position. Again, I'm not 100% sure it's behind me. I think now the Boganator's right behind me, and the 86 is behind him. But I think right back there in one of those turns, they may have changed positions, and now the 86 is behind me. But so far, nobody, I think I'm able to check over my shoulder in some of these corners. Like right here, I'll do a quick shoulder check, and I don't think anybody is that close to me. Nobody's about to pull out on me. So 1 lap to go, and I'm like, holy smokes, this is, I've never in a final been driving around in second place. And on my shoulder checks right now, nobody seems to be that close to me. So all I really need to do is not do anything dumb, and not drive off track, not hit a berm and knock my chain off, which who knows, I could have done it right back there, but wrong side of the cart. So all was good, and I'm going to hold on. I'm going to hold on and get my best finish of my go-karting career right here, and get a second place in a final or feature, whatever you want to call it. I've had a couple of heat wins, like in a P-pick where I started on the pole and was able to hold on for the whole race, but this is the first time I did this well in the feature or final. So that was it, ladies and gentlemen. I'll have OVKA Race 3 coming up in the not too distant future. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.